ce bal. J'ai envie de diamants. Moi, j'aime que les diamants.
Ah oui, moi aussi.
Bon, c'est vrai que les diamants, c'est ce qu'il y a de plus exceptionnel.
Ouais.
Diamonds are forever, or so it is said. Diamonds have been on this earth since the beginning of time, and it is without doubt their unique timelessness that makes them so desirable.
Le plus beau choix, à mon avis, on va aller avenue Montaigne. Monsieur, est-ce que vous pouvez nous emmener?
These ladies agree on one thing. Nothing compares to a diamond, or the thrill of finding one. Wednesday, 4 p.m. at the world-famous diamond merchant's Harry Winston. Here, the ladies, the rich or the famous, queens for a day or a lifetime, can select these rivers of stones that will add the sparkle to a special occasion.
Vous allez bien. Je vais maintenant vous présenter Léonore La Rochefoucauld, la comtesse Marie-Sandrine de Montmaur.
Bonjour.
Nous entrons dans la caverne.
Il y a une chose que je vais vous montrer en tout premier lieu, c'est ça.
C'est beau, bah oui.
The first thing I want to show you is this. I'll show you rubies and sapphires, which only have meaning in a diamond setting. The settings are extraordinary.
Does this necklace go with this dress?
They go marvelously well together, but
Not important enough?
a bit too light for...
What do you suggest? What's your name, Sharon Stone?
On nous fait le coup une fois. Hein.
This one's better than hers.
Sure, it's worth $5 million. And hers is 400,000.
Oh,
No comparison.
C'est très beau, mais moi je voulais tout en brillant.
Beautiful, but I wanted you in brilliance.
marvelous, incredible.
Let's try them.
Pardon. Montrez. Beau cheveux derrière.
Oui.
C'est un diamant de 20 carats qui est
A 20 carat, superb, milky white, pure.
Simply marvelous.
20.14 carats exactly.
Je me
On ne peut
regarde.
rien faire.
Can't do better than brilliance.
Et ce bracelet.
And this bracelet? I'll be the queen of the ball.
Toujours la plus belle.
A
Avec
queen
diamant
always,
Winston, vous
and
risquez
Winston
rien.
diamonds can't hurt.
I prefer the red, but it is lovely.
Et on est tout assortis.
Bah, le diamant va.
Diamonds suit everything. The choice is yours.
À ce prix-là, ça va.
None of this was planned. In France, men buy diamonds for wives and mistresses. But who gets the biggest, the wife or the mistress?
In France, there's no rule. The French don't buy diamonds for their mistresses, they buy for their wives. The French don't spend money casually. I once had an Italian client who in 3 minutes bought a 32-carat emerald-sized stone and a 28-carat marquise. He had his eye on his watch. He hadn't a minute to lose. It happened like that. For a long time, Italians couldn't get divorced, so they all had a wife and an official mistress. But if you sell to a rich Swiss banker, he'll buy a 5-carat gem for his 25th wedding anniversary.
What's all this worth?
$100 million, which corresponds to 550 million French francs. These earrings cost $700,000. This is a set worth about $10 million, which corresponds to 55 million French francs. You have to love women. You don't sell jewels like that. Not if you don't love women. You have to want them to have jewels. I sometimes almost have that desire. It can get dangerous. I have to watch myself.
A diamond is mineral matter, born with the world hundreds of millions of years ago inside a volcano. In this fountainhead of fire and lava, carbon became diamond crystal, the hardest, the purest, most luminous of minerals. The stone is light. To the ancients, they were bits of stars. Today, they heighten the beauty of stars.
Do it again, darling. All over again. Glad.
One of Hollywood's biggest devotees is Liz Taylor, the violet-eyed beauty. Her fifth husband, Richard Burton, gave her a 70-carat pear, the famous Taylor-Burton diamond, a gift so splendid the poor girl had to limit how often she wore it for insurance reasons. Luckily, Mrs. Taylor collected other husbands and other stones.
But square cut or pear shape, these rocks don't lose their shape. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Tiffany's. Winston, tell me all about it.
In the open-air Venetia mine a few hours from Johannesburg, 3 million tons of rock have been processed for diamonds. At the Premier mine, 40 kilometers from Pretoria, the extraction is subterranean. A good diamond is dear. By the kilo, it's an astronomical $50 million. A diamond is weighed in carats. 1 carat is worth $6,000 to $20,000. It takes 5 carats to make a gram. Extracting these 5 carats means dynamiting, removing, transporting and processing more than 1,000 tons of stone. It's like raising a building to find a shirt button. The mine is mechanized. The human hand does nothing. Huge blocks of ore surface on miles of conveyors. They are transported, ground and reduced. Lost in a river of mud, stones among other stones. Computers oversee the entire mine. Here, everything is under surveillance. The stones are ground into gravel. The ore moves along grease-coated conveyors that cling to the diamond. Attracted to the grease, the gem sticks to the conveyor which retains the white, precious stones. A rough diamond resembles sugar candy. South Africa, 1866. A farmer's son, Erasmus Jacobs, stoops to pick up a milky white stone, the 20-carat Eureka. 2 years later, a shepherd finds a second diamond, Star of South Africa, 85 carats. Biggest diamond ever discovered. So began one of man's great dream hunts, a real diamond rush. To give everyone a chance, foot races were organized. First come, first served with the best stakes. The find put the dream within reach of everyone. They came in their thousands to sift the riverbeds of what was to be the greatest of diamond deposits, Kimberley. All sought the stone of fortune.
Never despair. This couple didn't. Today they're millionaires, thanks to a 601-carat diamond found near Kimberley. The $649,600 they got for it didn't go to their heads. Petrus and Ernestine Remobor, who'd mailed the stone, went back to their concession saying, "Who knows, maybe we'll do better next time."
Child star Shirley Temple holds a 726-carat rough diamond found in South Africa in 1934, the Yonker. The greatest diamonds all have names. The Baleful Hope diamond, rumored responsible for such tragedies as the death of Louis XIV. The Sancy, which belonged to Mazarin. The Black Orlov, a sacred stone rumored to have been snatched from a Hindu temple. The Tiffany, the most famous yellow diamond. The Regent, lost during the Revolution, today in the Louvre. The Cullinan, the world's greatest ornament of the English scepter. Today, 100 years after the South African rush, the fever has not dropped. In Botswana, Namibia, Siberia, Angola, Sierra Leone, Zaire, Brazil, Canada, millions of prospectors sift the gravel for that bit of graal weighed in carats. But Southern Africa remains the #1 producer, with more than 50% of extractions of jeweling diamonds. Russia, with 25% of production, is now #2 in the world. Australia is the leading producer of pink diamonds. Finding a diamond means luck, but not happiness. Your worries may just be starting. You have to find the right buyer. In the black market of white stones, negotiations are long, tense, and frequently fail.
2 weeks ago, I find the stone. So this morning is the second time I come to Berkeley.
And you won't sell it today?
I won't sell it today because I rather sell it to the other buyer who offered me the 300. I mean, it's a fair deal. It's 200 is more than 100 rands. He offers me 100 rands. If I can get the 300, I'll sell it. It's my half loss.
Waarom ging getraind worden?
Je kan treden op David Blom.
Op Blom toch?
Ja, het enigste is weg.
Dat gaat op.
Ik ga maar iets doen.
Nee, wat? Ga maar Blom gaan.
Er is een groep detectives die zich bezighouden met de meest hulpeloze slachtoffers. Ze begeven zich in een duistere wereld van spionage en gevaar. Hun doel is het beschermen van het milieu en het aan de kaak stellen van de ergste wreedheden die de mensen dier aandoen.
The scope of the problems are almost inconceivable.
The Wildlife Detectives, Thursday at 10 on the National Geographic Channel.
Heb je een huisdier nou tegen anderen of voor jezelf? Zeker Deltaloid.
National Geographic celebrate 100 years of Antarctic exploration. Follow in the footsteps of the many pioneers and scientists who've taken on the ultimate challenge of the most extreme environment on Earth. Ice World, Sunday from 7 on the National Geographic Channel.
Distinctive
Markante culturen. Bewaard. Verdedigd. Gevierd. Beleefd. De vele gezichten van Tribal Warriors. Elke dinsdag om 9 uur op National Geographic Channel. India was the sole diamond producer in the legendary Valley of Golconda. Princes and Maharajas had a long love affair with the diamond. Today, it's a business affair. Extractions in India ceased 2 decades ago, but gem cutting now thrives as an industry. Bombay is its world capital. In its booth-crammed alleys, 300,000 live wretchedly. On a few rupees a day, cutting 58 facets on stones hardly bigger than a pinhead. London, diamond capital of the world. In the heart of the city stands the all-powerful CSO, the Central Selling Organization, the sales arms of De Beers, the world's largest diamond firm. Via CSO, it holds a near monopoly on the sale of rough diamonds, accounting for 80% of the market. This fortress resembles a gigantic concrete safe. Diamonds arrive here by armored van in steel security cases, transported by means kept top secret. Electronically surveyed safes protect the rough diamonds. They are then taken up to the sorting rooms, classified, and then grouped by category regardless of land of origin, which will be impossible to detect later. In total silence, they are examined and selected by 4 criteria: weight, color, more or less white, form, and lastly, purity. Sought out are crystallization features, flaws, or inclusions that could lower its value. Meticulous work done behind bulletproof panes exposed to northern light. Those diamonds greater than 14 carats are examined by Michael Grantham, one of the CSO directors, and Philip Robinson.
That also is that's a South African stone, I think, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah. And what yield do you think they get from that, Phil? 30%, 35?
30, yeah, 30 to 35%, depending on whether we're going to
It's a lovely colour.
Another capital of diamonds, Antwerp. Cut diamonds this time. The Pelican district bustles with diamond merchants. Cases chained to wrists, they bring small fortunes which change hands here. For 5 centuries, the Diamond District, city within a city, secret and off limits, electronically surveyed, closed off by police. No motorized traffic since a car bomb a few years back claimed many victims. Streets are closed off like border checkpoints. Of the world's 15 or so diamond exchanges, 4 are in Antwerp. Temples of trade where cutters sell to merchants, who resell to jewelry makers, who resell to jewelers, who in their turn sell. No wonder that between African mine and lady's hand, the price has escalated. Exchange transactions are made on trust, without signed documents.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a encore, puisque ça c'est des fancy colors? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a encore? Rien au-dessus de $100. 30 jours. Je vais le fermer, tu iras demander.
Ça va? 35 jours. 35 jours. Hein, combien c'est 24 carats? Dernier prix? 30 et demi. 9,50.
No filming here. Our camera had to keep moving and not linger near the transaction tables. Dealers and clients dislike any prying into their affairs. In neighboring buildings, the lapidary work is done. Gabi Tolkowsky, 53, native of Antwerp, the world's best cutter, is going to his office. A simple room like any other.
$1,000?
No discussions.
Take it or leave it.
I'm not used to that.
Here with his collaborators, Leopoldo, an expert, and Izzy Beck, master cleaver, Gabi scrutinizes the stones being offered for sale. Only a trained eye and long experience can judge if the price is right. The huge sums involved allow no margin for error.
A set of 3 grains of medium quality.
The price?
In the 850 range.
It's nicely cut.
You can tell it's good old Antwerp work.
Nice, eh? There's something mysterious about it. Show Leo. He knows what stone it comes from.
It's slightly bluish.
It's special in some way.
It's got a cloud.
Gives a nice reflection, eh?
Typical Botswana.
After a quick dip and a light lunch, it's time for a good old-fashioned back rub.
Oh, het leven kan soms zo zwaar zijn.
Ooh, life can be such a chore for the wild boars. Friday at 9 on the National Geographic Channel.
Als je op je oude dag toch de hele dag naar buiten zit te kijken, zorg dan in ieder geval dat je wat te zien hebt. Zeker Deltaloid.
6 miljard bewoners op onze blauwe planeet. En niet één ervan is immuun. Een tijdbom die op ontploffen staat. Natuurgeweld komt vaak uit het niets.
Come out of the blue.
I just held on.
And strike with a vengeance.
I was picked up by the tornado.
Watch faster, watch faster.
On Earth, the only constant is change. Extreme Earth every Saturday at 8 on the National Geographic Channel. National Geographic explores the very private lives of the natural-born killers.
Killers van de natuur.
Follow the silent sentinels as they stalk their victims. In ambush, they await the perfect moment to strike.
Klaar om toe te slaan.
But
Maar
not
het loopt
all is
niet
quite
altijd
as
als
it
verwacht.
seems.
Een
An
uur
hour
van
of
tanden
teeth
en
and terror.
terreur.
Predators, every Monday night at 9 on the National Geographic Channel.
At Sotheby's and Christie's, old and outstanding gems are auctioned. A booming market. In 1993, the turnover of these houses increased by 40%.
At 875,000, now at 900,000. At $900,000, now at 900. At $900,000, now at 900,000. At 900,000, the other two bidders at 9. At $900,000, now at 9. At 900,000. Fair warning. At $900,000. $900,000.
This is Eddie Elzas, nicknamed the Rainbow Child because he loves colored stones. Eddie has devoted his life to them. Diamonds come in yellow, blue, green, even in red and black.
I came to work in diamonds to earn a living. I was bored because that was all I could talk about. I bought, sold, earned, lost. Then one day from South Africa, I was sent a cigar box. When this box arrived in Antwerp and I saw its contents, I saw all these diamonds sparkling like a rainbow. Colored diamonds in their rough state were ground to powder, worth $1 per carat. They were too rare to be commercial. But collecting these colored diamonds for my own pleasure and choice suddenly gave them value. People began searching for me, the few thousand diamonds that existed. I was virtually raking them in. I didn't have the means. So I started traveling around the world to find colored diamonds. The rarest, most sought-after color is the red diamond. I know of only 5 in existence. I have, in this case, the largest known red diamond. It weighs 1.03 carats. 1.03 carats. There's a red diamond in private hands. It's a sensational story. This man, who's a parking attendant, brings his friend's car keys to a diamond merchant, saying, "Here are your keys, the car's outside." He says, "What's that?" The fellow says, "That? A piece of diamond. But it's all red. But red's worth nothing." The fellow says, "But I like it. Can I buy it for my wife?" You buy it? I'm no thief. Take it, please. In 1970, I offered $4 million for the stone. The answer I got was, as long as my friend's alive, I can't sell it. In 1982, when King Khaled of Saudi Arabia came to Paris, he wanted to buy this collection as a wedding gift for Lady Di and Prince Charles. I agreed to meet these people, but I stipulated certain conditions that were difficult for them. First, I wanted negotiations to be held in Charterhouse Street, the De Beers address. It's a Jewish address, so problematic for a Muslim king. And I think the last condition was that I'd only accept a business transaction if I were to receive a guarantee that the collection go to the young royal couple and that it end up in the Tower of London, along with the other crown jewels, and remain on public display. So the price was astronomical, millions of dollars. After 10 days, I broke off negotiations. We received death threats, demands that I furnish the collection. I assure you, I never regretted having said no.
The word diamond from the Greek adamas means indestructible. It was supposed to make its bearer invincible in combat. Little wonder that kings held exclusive right to them. Women were forbidden to wear them. Then, in 1430, a commoner, Agnes Sorel, the favorite of King Charles VII, was first to defy this ban. 5 centuries later, diamonds belonged to women. The great Coco Chanel created her first jewel collection in 1932, entirely around the diamond. This collection has just been revived. Sun clip star brooch, shooting star earrings, sparkling stars of pure form and light. We are in Coco Chanel's flat on Rue Gambon, full of Venice crystals, chiseled mirrors, Coromandel lacquer, Regency Negroes Roman bindings, Byzantine crosses, gilt Baroque. The Chanel years are not dead. The pure diamond is now a jewel.
Ring, $30,000. Earrings, $80,000. Necklace, $500,000.
Chanel said, "I chose the diamond because it represents, in its density, the best value for the smallest volume. I used my taste for glitter to conciliate elegance and fashion in finery." Chanel worked matter with her hands like a craftsman. She loved raw materials most of all. Before becoming fire and brilliance, the stone demands a minutely detailed labor.
You can't destroy a diamond by wear, but you can with shock, so it's crumbly. If the cut isn't right, if you shake during the cutting, if you hesitate or hold the knife wrong, or if the cut isn't exactly parallel to the grain in the stone along which it can be split, it's all ruined.
Rough stones hold no secrets for Izzy Beck, one of the best cleavers.
This stone has to be cleaved for various reasons. There are flaws in one of the faces, and there are holes in two facets, so we can't cut it as it is. Every stone has a grain like wood. You have to cut along the grain, never against it. It's finished.
His friend Gabi Tolkowsky was chosen to cut the third largest diamond.
It's a fantastic profession. And you have sons, even daughters succeed parents. You even have families in the trade for 5, 6, 7 generations. I remember when I was a kid, sitting on the lap of my father or one of my father's workers. They talked about the stones that came to the plant for cutting. They talk technique. Do we hold it this way or that way? Do we polish it, cut it? Do we cut it pear-shaped or round, etc.?
Cutting a stone involves 5 successive operations that can reduce its weight by half. Marking is the preparation for the cutting. Cleaving, the stone is cut. Sawing divides the stone perpendicular to the cut using a high-speed disc coated in diamond dust, or a laser beam. Girdling involves rubbing one diamond against another until it acquires its desired shape. Faceting, the final phase. The stone in a clamp is held down on a platter, coated in diamond powder. This is what gives the diamond its multifaceted cut and its refractive qualities.
I started when I was 16. I've been in the business now for 37 years, I think. Almost 38 years. And I still haven't stopped learning. The apprenticeship never ends. Each stone you hold in your hand is another world.
Join renowned filmmaker Richard Goss on safari in South Africa.
Hij gaat op
He
zoek in de
scars the
Kalahari
desolate
naar de
Kalahari
perfecte
Desert
beelden.
in search of the perfect picture. In this intimate
In deze
wildlife
intieme
portrayal,
documentaire
we meet a unique
ontmoeten we
cast
een
of
uniek
characters.
gezelschap.
Family fun with Mischievous Meerkats. Saturday at 7
Zaterdag
on the
7
National
uur op
Geographic
National
Channel.
Geographic Channel.
een huisdier nou tegen anderen of voor jezelf? Zeker Deltaloid.
National Geographic presents a series with Hollywood stars. 3 films and 3 actors take you on their quest to preserve our fragile Earth. Jane Fonda examines the changing face of America's Wild West. Ted Danson shares his concerns and efforts to clean up our oceans. Then travel with Bridget Fonda to find out how human actions can affect the worldwide dolphin population. Celebrity Crusade starts Monday at 8 on the National Geographic Channel.
Sometimes weird things happen. Could be a good thing.
Er gebeuren soms vreemde dingen. Zou wel eens goed kunnen zijn. Programma's die je verrassen met een ongebruikelijke kijk op het ongewone, het oneindige en het ongelooflijke.
And the unbelievable.
Off the beaten track every night at 6 on the National Geographic Channel.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Here's the collection.
We'll have a look.
We can start with these.
I'm only buying diamonds.
That's another selection. Here you are. Take your pick.
Show me this watch.
I'll open it for you.
Magnificent.
All diamond in a yellow setting. We have platinum models too. It's just like a bracelet, no clasp.
I really like it. I'll take it. How much is it?
This model costs exactly $115,000 with tax.
Well, can I have a small discount? Just a bit.
It depends. Are you paying?
Credit card.
You'll get a reduction. No problem. I'll go ask for authorization. I'll be right back.
This happened to Philippe Schaefer of Harry Winston. In less than 5 minutes, he had sold a 436 diamond watch. Historian Diana Carysbreed has a passion.
We know that a ring was part of a Roman marriage ritual because the Roman marriage took the form of a business contract. And when the two parties had agreed on the terms of the contract, a ring was given as a pledge of this agreement. So in Roman days, the diamond was set in rings in its natural form, which is the octahedron, the double pyramid, and we also have crystals cut like the octahedron in imitation of the genuine diamond. When I got engaged myself, and my husband gave me a nice ring, and I'd never worn a ring in my life, and I liked looking down at my pretty engagement ring. And as a historian, I then became interested in the rings of the past, and I started making a small collection of old rings. Good. Well, this is my collection. What I'm showing you is a selection of rings illustrating the use of the diamond in these miniature objects from the 16th century, beginning with this one, to the 1840s, ending with this one. And all of them show how the diamond's been used by jewelers making rings. Now, this is the first one, the very first ring I bought in my collection, and it belonged to Isabella, Queen of Hungary, who married John Zapolya, King of Hungary, in 1539, so we know the ring can't be earlier than that, and it's a masterpiece of the 16th century goldsmith's work. Now, all this changes in the 18th century. The gold setting is replaced by silver, and so this diamond ring is imitating a little insect. The rings also in this period reflect the preoccupations and amusements of society. This one, for instance, belonged to a gambler. Now here is a very amusing little ring showing a rabbit enamelled, crouching in a frame of leaves, but we know it was a lover's token because the message is a tease and says toujours craintif, because we know the rabbit is rather timid, and the gentleman who gave this to the lady was suggesting that she was still very shy of him. Now, one of the attractive developments in the 18th century is the use of diamonds to transcribe messages. And this one, which is mother of pearl, outlined with tiny little rose diamonds, reads Elle a cédé, elle a cédé, meaning that the lady has given in. This one, as I'm a great admirer of Madame de Pompadour, I could not resist, because it's this cameo in a cat's eye stone, which has very amusing reflections, and the diamonds have been caricaturing her as a monkey. It must have been worn by one of her political enemies. So we conclude my little tour of my collection with, as we begun, with a royal ring. This is a miniature of William IV, King of England from 1830 to 1837. So the diamond ring is always the ultimate, reserved for very rich people. And the great change that's happened in the last 100 years is that the diamond ring has become democratized, because now almost everybody can buy a diamond. It may be tiny, but they can have the pleasure of owning a little chip of diamond if they so wish.
London, capital of a kingdom with the world's 3 largest diamonds. The first 2, Cullinan 1 and 2, are in the crown jewels. And the third, Gabi Tolkowsky was the first to see it. Called to De Beers in London, he walked into an empty room.
I was bought a metal box. I always say, I was bowled over. I melted. There was a stone so huge, I couldn't believe it. I naturally thought of the greatest of us all. In my opinion, Mr. Asher, who cut the Cullinan, and I thought of his worries in cutting this stone. I thought this stone, pure as it was, with the stunning colour it had, with shape it had, could only really come out beautiful as a single stone. Then in 1987, a year later, I was chosen to cut it. I didn't know how. I'd never cut a stone that big. The problems that faced me were enormous, unanswerable. But the challenge was so extraordinary, I took it up. To do this job, we were 4 or 5 locked up in a bunker, a real bunker, underground, no windows, air-conditioned, in a space that measured, I would say, 25 feet by 15 feet maximum. Of course, there was the installation. Every time a technician came in to install or measure something, we'd lock the stone in a safe because it was top secret. It took nerves of steel. We're talking here of the facet sizes on the hardest matter, with degrees that vary from 1 degree of one facet to another. 2.5 degrees, facet to facet, at different angles and different facet sizes. 247 facets, that's no child's play. All these studies were impossible for one stone weighing 600 carats.
There wasn't any other. We had to choose a stone similar to it, but they're rare. Being the case, I was able to choose a stone that was found at the same time. A larger stone of brownish colour, which weighed 750 carats. Because of its size, it lent itself to the tooling. So we used this stone to test the entire technical system we'd worked out. It might have shattered, which would have made me the only man ever to shatter a 750-carat diamond in the history of mankind. During all this time, the study of the centenary continued. We had to make hundreds of molds of the stone in resin, which was then cut into hundreds of different shapes and sizes, to give the owners and managers a choice of forms and sizes. They eliminated a certain number and initially came up with 13 different models, and then 9. And these 9 were then cut full scale in the lead crystal. This produced 2 shapes that were selected. And from these, 1 shape was selected. And this was the shape I'd seen right off. When I began studying it, I said, that should be the shape.
It's like eternal light, isn't it? You can remember it, put it in your memory.
Exactly.
And always re-visualize it.
Yes, it is like the clearest of waters, and it shines like the sun on the water.
It's so full of light, isn't it?
Comme tout diamant, cette pierre avale.
Like all diamonds, this stone absorbs everything around it. All colour, all images, all motion enter this stone. The entire dialogue that lasted more than 3 years between man and matter, between man and this stone, a real dialogue. It was a success.
Elle a réussi.
Off to the wilds of Africa after the break to follow a great success story, the conservation of the mountain gorilla with shadows in the forest.
Is een groep detectives die zich bezighouden met de meest